Hi, it's almost Christmas. Time to get busy and learn some Christmas songs. So you have a few weeks to cram it. You can go out and buy books, which I have a stack of them. All kinds of different arrangements on Jingle Bells and you name it. But I want you to just be able to sit down at your keyboard or piano or organ and just play some Christmas songs. No music. People can sing. You know, you can make your own arrangements of them without any stress. So I have a simple piece of paper, one piece of paper that you can download as a PDF, and that's all we're going to use. See you in a minute. Okay, I can teach you how to play 11 Christmas songs with 3.5 chords in 10 minutes. So Christmas season is coming, unless you want to get out a bunch of books or order them now. But now, because there's not a lot of piano stores to go look at the books, you can order them from Amazon, but you don't know what's in them until you get them. So long time ago, I learned that you can play at least 11 or 12 Christmas songs, very familiar ones, in very quick order, and not actually even know how to play the piano. So if you're just learning how to get started, you can do this really easy. So let's get started here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. There are only 3 chords in these 12 songs, and 1/2 of I call it an emergency chord, that you can use as a backup in case you can't figure out what to do next. Okay, so I wrote it all on one paper. I listed all the songs, and I gave you the 5 steps to learn to play by ear. And so I have a book called Play Music with No Music. So you can order that on sacmusicgroup.com. If you're not really up on chords, or you want to get more into detail, I have lots of materials available to you. My chord book with the DVDs that come with it explains everything you need to know about chords. Okay, so let's start with number 1. It says you need to learn 3 chords, C, F, and G. That's it. So if you go to the piano and you find 2 black keys, the note to the left of the 2 black keys is C. Go down 1 octave, find 2 more black keys, and that's a C. Put your little finger on C and play every other note. C chord. And to spell it, just go C, D, E, F, G. C, E, and G. Or every other letter of the alphabet. Okay? Now to get to F, you just go C, D, E, F with your little finger and just play every other note. F, A, C. There you are. And G is right next to F. Okay, so let's practice these 3 chords. C chord, up 4 notes, F chord, up 1 note, G chord. Okay, on the paper, on step number 4, it's I spelled them up on top. C chord, C, G, F chord, F, A, C, G chord, G, B, D. All right, important you kind of know how to spell them because it'll help you in a minute. And the D chord, the backup chord, is D, F, A, and make the middle note a black note, a sharp. D, F, sharp, A. That's it. All right, so these chords, there's a chord for every note in the music scale, A through G. All right, so let's start. It says play a C chord. So we're going to play Jingle Bells. All right? The first note of the melody with your right hand, the chords are always with your left hand, is going to be it's going to be one of the notes in a C chord. It's going to be either a C, E, or G. Usually it's if you want to work the odds, G is going to be the first note, or E. Very rarely will you start on a C in the melody. So let's see. Let's see if a C sounds good. Nah. How about an E? That sounds good. G? No. So now I know that E is my first note. All right, now I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to just try and pick it out. tries to get it. So, all right, so let's put it together now, and I'm going to play the C chord and with my left hand, and the E chord and the E note with my right hand. And I'm just going to play until the C chord sounds really bad. If you're playing on an organ, the chord will sustain. If you're playing on a piano, you're probably going to have to hit it more than once, like this. No. All right. Now I'm looking here, and my right hand is playing an F note. Which one of these chords has an F in it? The F chord. See, your ear will tell you that that's not right. So I'm on an E note, so I'm going to go back to the C chord. All right, now I'm going to go to a G. I could have gone to the D chord, but I didn't have to. All right, back to C. Back to the F chord. And usually the F chord goes back to C chord, and then a G chord. I did it! Okay, so there's a kind of a cool thing, it's called the circle of chords. And my circle is a little different than the ones you see in a book. I kind of reversed it. But if you get the circle, and I'll put the PDF of the circle up too so you can have one. If a C chord goes to an F chord, 80% of the time it goes back to C. And if the C chord goes to a G chord, always, almost always, the G chord goes back to C. Sometimes the C chord goes down to D chord. All right, if that happens, you have to take the road back to C, D, G, C. And the most fun way to understand it is to get my DVDs about the circle. Once you understand this circle, you can play all kinds of things by ear. You can transpose, you can figure out where chords go and where they come from. So I really recommend learning and to understand this circle. And in my chord book, it's explained too if you don't like to do the DVDs. But this is really, really, really fun. Okay, so that's all you have to do. On section number 4, I put C chord goes to G, comes back to C chord goes to G, comes back to C. Or C chord goes to F, comes back to C. Or C, F goes to G, it kind of skips, back to C. Or C, D, G, C. D's the emergency chord if you need it. All right, so I listed some songs. Let's try Silent Night. Okay, what happens if you play Silent Night? Let's play the C chord. C doesn't work. E doesn't work. How about G? See, my ear goes, yeah. All right, now let's try to pick it out. Oh, I got lucky. Okay, but usually if you got a big jump, okay, this is the cool part about being an ear player. Ear players don't care if the note's wrong. Just fix it. So if you're playing, it's called you can do a trill, you can do, I can hit the note wrong on purpose. And the chord. Oh my gosh, I've got such a mess. I should just go, I have to start over. Well, don't do that. Just keep your cool. So what? You just pretty soon people think you're pretty good because you're putting in embellishments and improvising. There's big words for screw-ups. So all you have to do, and one of my students a long time ago gave me a t-shirt that had guts on the front. It was like from Halloween or something. And because that's what it takes. To play the piano, you can be very precise and always want to be right, or you could just enjoy it. And if you make a mistake, you could just walk around until you find the right note. And if you never find the right note, just keep going, and most people won't notice unless you make a, oh, I really messed up. So don't worry about making mistakes, just enjoy it. It's playing by ear is way more fun than learning to read notes, trust me. And if you can learn to do both at the same time, it's even better. So enjoy where you're at on the way to where you're going, and have a great Christmas playing music. Forget the books and just sit down and have some sing-alongs and make your mistakes and enjoy where you're at on the way to where you're going. You can learn more with our Patreon channel. If you want to get more in detail, we're going through a beginner book right now. So check us out and have a very Merry Christmas.